Are you a feminist?
Am I a feminist?
This is a touchy subject. I don't want to get into it.
Why would you ask me that?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
I don't know.
No, I'm not.
Sometimes.
Not in the way that a lot of people are.
Yeah,
Why?
because I'm a female.
I'm a girl. Why I cannot be, the same as a man? I just think that we deserve the same opportunities.
I don't want to fucking work, so I can't really say that I'm like full feminist.
And I do believe that the men should provide.
I want to stay home and let the nigga work. Feel me?
We're back. It's day 2. We filmed the whole 1-minute podcast yesterday. Today I want to ask about money, relationships, gender, feminism. Get New York's opinion about a lot of these subjects that people attribute to the woke ideology, because I would say that this is the NPC spawn point of woke people. But I'm not going to challenge them too much. I want them to explain their point of view in a very healthy way. It's going to be fun.
Have you ever read the Scum Manifesto by Valerie Solanas?
No, what is that?
The SCUM stands for Society for Cutting Up Men, and she wrote this book that is a manifesto about how men are completely useless to society and should be cut up into pieces, and I think you should read it.
Okay, do you agree?
I can't confirm or deny.
I don't think it's right for women to be strong at the demise of men. I think everyone should have an equal amount of opportunity. We don't necessarily need to drag men through the mud who haven't done anything wrong just to uplift women.
I had one feminist on and she said that we should cut up men and men are useless.
Don't really believe with that. Maybe don't align with that fully. I mean, maybe in a moment of, frustration, there's times when you want to cut down a guy.
What about the men that built the subway station and are the policemen that protect us right now?
Don't talk to me about policemen, please.
Don't they keep us safe?
What?
Don't they keep us safe?
I feel like if I talk about this, I'm going to go to jail. So maybe let's...
No, we have freedom of speech. You're not going to go to jail.
I'm going to go to jail.
I don't think that's...
She literally meant slice, like cut.
Yeah, but I don't, not the most respectful way I would go about it, I guess.
What happens if there's a leak? We're going to call a plumber and it's going to probably be a man.
I think there's girl plumbers out there.
95% are men.
I think plumbers are very good at what they do, and I think they're great.
What opportunities do you not have that you're fighting for?
Well, I'm lucky enough to not be in a situation where I'm impacted by it. I grew up in a good area in Florida. I had all the opportunities that I wanted, but there's some people that don't, so.
Like what?
What do you mean, like what?
Like what rights do they not have?
Everything. You guys have higher pay. Let's start there.
I mean, we don't get paid as much in the workforce.
I want to have the same possibilities, even to have the same rates when I'm working and everything, the same, I don't know how to say it, but yeah. Women statistically get paid less.
Really?
Sir, stop.
In what jobs?
In a lot of office jobs. And I'm going to medical school. A female surgeon doesn't always get paid the same from what I understand, but don't count me on that. I haven't done my full research.
So what opportunities do men have that women do not have?
I think in this case, sometimes, when you are in a big company, it's so hard for a woman to get so high in a high position as you're a man.
It reminds me of when I started working for a maintenance company, and the first thing they told me was you're a female, you can't work here. Because you won't have all the things that a man has. And I'm like, what is that? What does a man have that I can't do? And it's funny because I was there for a month and I knocked it out the park. What are you talking about?
What about if a man walks into a strip club and they say, you can't work here, you don't have what a woman has? Isn't that the same thing?
No.
People they're not ready for a woman president. Even though if we had a women's president, it would be lit. Because women are more focused and more level-minded than men are when it comes to certain topics.
Really? All 30 days of the month?
All 30 days of the month. We're still logical, and we're still able to take care of y'all. We birth nations. If it wasn't for us, y'all wouldn't be here.
Have you worked for a female boss?
Say that again?
Have you worked for a female boss?
For a female boss.
How did that go?
We are emotional. Yes, we are
So
emotional,
you were logical.
but we are logical at the same time.
Can you explain? How can you be logical and emotional?
I can be logical and emotional because I'm a Gemini and I have 2 personalities.
Would you rather have a male boss or a female boss?
I don't care, honestly. I mean,
Have you ever worked for a woman boss?
yeah.
How did that go?
I mean, I'm doing well. You know, it depends on the woman, of course, but I'm doing well. Sometimes I feel like I'm more comfortable with men than girls, but it depends, of course.
You vote for a president that has 2 personalities?
If he was a Gemini, yes, because Geminis are lit. Yes.
You want a lit president?
Yes.
I voted for this president because she's lit.
Yes. I would vote for a president who's lit. And when you're lit, that means that you are fully aware of your environment, you're fully aware of things that are happening, and you make people feel comfortable enough to understand the decisions that you make. And you also let them know that it's for the greater good.
It's lit.
It's lit.
Do you want to have kids?
Nah.
What are you going to do all day?
Shop, I could go outside, make friends. I mean, I'm not open to not having kids. I just don't think I want any right now. Kids are expensive and annoying.
You're going to be rich.
Well, for me, I invest in whatever I want to invest in. I have a business, and I marry a rich man.
You don't want to work, but you want to get discovered as a businesswoman.
Exactly. You see how it can be contradicting. You get what I'm trying to say?
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
In a perfect world, I wouldn't have to work. I would just be a housewife or a trophy wife per se, just being taken care of by a man. But we can't live that way.
Why not?
I mean, look at today's society. Everybody's situation is different.
I don't think that for the rest of your life, if you die at 70, 80, you're going to get bored of shopping and floating around making friends.
You know, I never actually thought about that. I probably would, though. So I can get a pet. I can get a pet.
You're here with are these your 2 daughters?
Yes, they are.
How are you going to raise them?
It's very difficult, my brother. Here in the West, it's really it's one of the most difficult things for a father. I mean, I worry for them, and my goal is to really move back east to where they can be, where they can, inshallah, be again surrounded by family values.
So you see this as a lost society, a lost cause, the West?
Unfortunately, I do. Yeah. I think there's a lot of work that needs to be done. You see, pedophilia is rampant. You see what's happening with folks like what was that? Jeffrey Epstein. You know, these kind of things are just so rampant. I think it was just the beginning. It was just a scratch of the surface. Yeah, there's a huge problem.
Why do you say sometimes you're a feminist? When are you a feminist?
Damn, that's a good question. I would say, like abortion rights. I'm totally a feminist. I'm pro-choice. I feel like we should have our own choice and what we do with our own body. Other than that, then I'm chilling.
You should have the choice to murder babies?
Well, when you put it like that, it's a little different. But it's like, so say if you were the one pregnant, say God forbid somebody like raped you and you ended up pregnant, would you want to keep a rape baby?
Most abortion victims aren't the.
I know they aren't, but I'm saying.
Like 90, I think in those exceptions, it's understandable, but in most of them, it's not. It's like just women who didn't know how to close their legs.
But some people just not ready to have kids though.
Close your legs.
Some people like to have sex.
Then don't.
You can have protected sex, yes, but sometimes people just want to risk it and have fun.
If you're too irresponsible to not wrap it up, then you should be able to understand to not kill the baby.
That is also true. I feel like if you made your bed, lay in it.
Men and women are equal, but they have their own characteristics. And I think what's happening today is people are forcing, and I think it's really like corporations are forcing women to sort of just follow their agenda, rather and in a way break up the family unit to make consumers out of them.
I feel like people should enjoy the act of intercourse. Like at the end of the day, if you don't have
The right way.
Yes, in the right way. But if you don't have intercourse, your body gets too stressed.
It's proven. It's proven. Yes.
If a crackhead doesn't have crack, they get stressed too.
Crack is not really a necessity, though.
Neither is sex.
Do you think so?
Sex out of wedlock is not a necessity.
That is true. That is true. Not a necessity, but a lot of people enjoy it. It makes them happy.
So does crack. Crack makes so many people happy.
But the more people that have sex, the more happy people are. I feel like we'll have less crimes.
How old are you?
21.
Do you want to have sex?
No,
Why not?
not right now.
It's going to make you happy.
It is, but I don't want to have it right now. I'm chilling. Yeah.
Is gender on a spectrum?
Huh. Is gender on a spectrum?
I see something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
I think more yes than no.
No.
Are you?
No, I'm a man.
Are you on the spectrum?
No, is gender on a spectrum?
Yes.
What does that mean?
I am on the spectrum,
Like gender-wise or autistic-wise?
stick-wise.
What about gender-wise? Like, are you non-binary?
No, I'm a girl.
How many genders are there?
2. I think how you feel about your gender is on a spectrum. But I think there are only 2 biological genders.
A lot of people would disagree with you. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I believe what I believe. They believe what they believe. But that's my view.
See, I don't like to really get in the topic of that because people are so sensitive about certain things. But I believe that you should be able to show up as your authentic self and however you want to feel and however you want to look. I feel that you should have that option to do so.
What if I want to show up to work as a dog?
You should be able to show up as a dog.
All fours and bark and eat out of a bowl?
You should be able to show up any way that you want as long as it's not hurting anyone.
What if I want to show up naked?
You can walk in Union Square Park naked if that's what you want to do. We were born naked. The only reason why we have an issue with nudity is because we're Americans. Because I was raised over in Germany, and over there, they don't care about that. You can turn on your TV and see men private parts, and you can see women private parts, and they're not obsessed with nudity like Americans are.
Have you ever read anything by Judith Butler?
I have not.
She is my bad, erase that. They are a gender scholar, and they wrote about the performativity of gender, and they wrote about how gender is inherently performative and that it's completely separate from your biological sex. It's a very important text, and I think you should read it.
What do you mean? So if you feel like you're on a sliding scale of gender, is that insanity or is that real?
Is that insanity or is that real?
Oh, no. I don't. There's plenty of people who are perfectly sane who believe what they want to believe. I just don't personally hold the view that there's more than 2 genders.
Because now you correlate in mental health with I like this. I don't necessarily think that it's always insanity. Sometimes it can be a call for attention. I agree with you on that, and I definitely do think that the world that we live in right now, some people could call it a spectrum, some people could call it a mental disorder. It's completely according to how you grew up, how you were brought up, and the morals that you have at the end of the day.
You should be able to walk around swinging in front of children?
You have to swing however you're going to swing because when
In front of kids in the park?
everywhere, because when you were born,
Kindergarten classroom.
you didn't even, and I'm not a religious person, but in the Bible, they didn't even know they were naked until someone told them. So really, you don't know that something is wrong until someone has told you that. And 9 times out of 10, they told you that out of a fear that they've had, or they've also told you that because it's something that they might not be able to do.
So me and you right now, we can go swanging in a preschool. We should be able to?
I feel like nudity is, you were born nude. You didn't learn to put on clothes until your parents told you to.
I feel like you could do whatever you want to do as long as you're being safe. Like if you want to be non-binary, if you want to be an alien, you want to be whatever you want to be, go ahead and do that. I can't.
What if I want a dog to go and lick my private parts? Should I be able to do that?
You might get a new STD.
Should I be able to do that in your opinion, yes or no?
No, because I don't think that's safe for the animal or for you.
The animal gets peanut butter.
Oh,
A lot of protein.
that's unethical.
Okay, so now it's unethical. Why is it not unethical to change your gender?
There was a scientist that came out yesterday, which is really confusing. DeGrasse, I think, is a physicist.
Neil deGrasse Tyson said gender's on a spectrum.
Yeah, which is complete nonsense.
He's an atheist.
Yeah, it's breaking away from science. Like, if you believe in science, it's genetic, which makes no sense.
You see Islam as the only answer to all these problems?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think coming back to family values and understanding what there are. I mean, this is all going back in a way. Like, we're just recognized. The further you go from the creator, the more in the darkness we tend to be. And here we just see that although we think we're successful, we might have a lot of goods, but happiness, if you look at a lot of these developed countries, people are sad. People are taking depressants, and so it's not like success doesn't come from materialistic things.
We gotta bring it back. I don't see how the dog correlation and the dog licking your nuts.
You said that you could do whatever you want to do if it doesn't hurt anybody. It's not hurting anybody. The dog gets peanut butter. And you think that that's unethical. What if I'm saying it's unethical to change your genders because God created us and man has a role, woman has a role?
Well, not everybody believes in God.
Not everybody believes that animals are different and that they shouldn't be able to have sexual relations with a person.
Damn. How are you correlating sex with an animal to changing your sex?
Because you said that you should be able to do whatever you want as long as it doesn't hurt anybody. So that's a good example of something that doesn't harm.
The animal. It's harming the animal in a sense. Low key it is though, because it's like,
if you put peanut butter in your coochie.
He's not consenting. He's not consenting. He doesn't know any better.
Does it hurt it?
Does it hurt it? Physically, no.
But it's unethical.
Yes, it is unethical. Is changing your gender unethical?
Yes.
That's according to somebody's morals. Do I think that changing your gender is unethical? No. If that's the answer, I don't think that's the answer that you wanted. I don't know what answer you wanted.
I just want your opinion.
Yeah, like you just wanted an answer. So yeah, I personally don't think that changing your gender is unethical, but I do think that an animal licking your balls is unethical because you should be aware that your animal should not be giving you fellatio.
So we should cut up men.
Well, that's what I didn't say that. I just said that that's what the manifesto says to do. But I think people take it very literally, and I don't think that's necessarily correct because she's an artist. It's like a work of art. A lot of people also think that there's a lot of scholars that believe it's like a completely it's like a parody, And
parody of what?
It's a parody of how men talk about women, and she thought maybe it would be funny to just kind of reverse that and just really lean into the ridiculousness of that. It's very campy,
Your daughters seem happy. I have to admit. I see a lot of girls around here with a lot of piercings and tattoos, and then they look out of place here.
Yeah, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to try to preserve them because they get bombarded, right, everywhere, and you have to continuously remind them and connect them with the Creator. Hey, read the Quran, read. And
you don't have a hijabi.
Not yet. They're still young, but it's something that is encouraged. But I don't want to force my daughters to wear it either, because it's not what our religion says. It's about their choice. You show them the right path, and you hope that they will get on it. And I think, when I look at what they think and how they think about family and all of that already at a young age, I'm very proud of them. Alhamdulillah.
Thank you. Mashallah.